Remember when the Oilers used to do that all the time? Those were the days. Well, it's one of those days once again. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown, a little bit of a mix of the Oilers Rundown in there tonight too, because we got some big news to talk about on Evander Kane. Let's start with the Evander Kane news, and then we'll dig into tonight's 3-1 huge, massive victory for the Edmonton Oilers over the Carolina Hurricanes. The latest news on Evander Kane comes from Sportsnet insider Elliotte Friedman on Saturday Headlines. Elliotte Friedman reporting the following: Evander Kane's full no-trade clause became a 16-team no-trade clause yesterday. The Oilers are going through the 16 teams to gauge the market for Evander Kane. The Oilers are looking for cap flexibility. So I mentioned in my video earlier today that I did not think we would see an Evander Kane trade, and it's probably still a bit of a long shot at this point, but the Edmonton Oilers, as Elliotte Friedman reports, are going through the 16 teams to see if there is a match for Evander Kane to move on from him. So I know that's going to please some people in oil country, but will make several others mad as well. I know a lot of people want Evander Kane back for the stretch run here for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I would definitely like to see Evander Kane in the Oilers lineup for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I want him to miss the rest of the regular season, though. I want the Oilers to be able to have cap flexibility, and if Evander Kane is coming back before the end of the regular season, which is obviously the Oilers' concern here, if they're looking at a possible trade for Evander Kane, then it's a tricky situation. It really is. You can definitely use Evander Kane in the Stanley Cup playoffs if he is the Evander Kane of old, but he hasn't played in a very long time here, so there's no guarantee that you are getting that same old Evander Kane. His health status is all over the place here, so we'll see what happens here, guys. I also want to note Oiler Alert putting out the full quote from Jeff Jackson on the 100% podcast with Darren Millard and John Shannon. Here is the full quote from Jeff Jackson. I think that we're still in the same time frame where we're looking at sometime in the playoffs, but you never know with players. Evander's a very athletic person, so it may be quicker than that. We're just taking it week by week. So it wasn't as definitive as I thought from my earlier video. So with the Evander Kane trade discussion, everything is kind of up in the air right now, whether Evander Kane's coming back to play for the Edmonton Oilers, whether Evander Kane's going to be going to a new team. We just don't know what's going to happen until probably March 7th, unless a trade goes down before then. So stay tuned, guys. There's lots going on here. With all that said, let's go back to tonight's hockey game. The Edmonton Oilers finally ending that 5-game losing streak that I mentioned was looking like an eternity here in oil country. But the losing streak finally comes to an end thanks to Adam Henrique, Corey Perry, and Evan Bouchard, who pick up the 3 goals for the Oilers tonight. Goaltender Calvin Pickard stopping 35 Carolina Hurricane shots to pick up the win tonight. Calvin Pickard was absolutely sensational. The Edmonton Oilers had a chance for a couple more goals in the third period. It was ruled that Zach Hyman kicked the puck in, so his goal didn't count. Connor Brown nearly got a goal past Frederik Andersen, but it was pulled off the goal line by the Carolina Hurricanes. So this one was all over the place. The Carolina Hurricanes didn't score until the third period. Sebastian Aho on the power play made it 2-1 at 4:26. And then Evan Bouchard with his first power play goal of the year. It comes with an empty net. Frederik Andersen on the bench for the extra attacker. And at 19:59, he gives the Oilers the 3-1 lead. And they hold on, of course, for the 3-1 victory. As Jack Michael said on the broadcast, it wasn't a Picasso, but the Edmonton Oilers just simply had to win. I've been saying it for a couple days. This was actually my prediction on the Oilers Live podcast on the Heavy Hockey Network earlier this week. I thought the Oilers would show signs against the Florida Panthers, but not quite get there, and then they would actually win over the Carolina Hurricanes. So my prediction came true. I would have been more than happy to see it not come true and the Oilers beat the Florida Panthers and the Oilers get this win earlier, but hey, we are where we are. The Edmonton Oilers finally back in the win column, so just hopefully they can stay there. We saw a much better overall game from this team. The Carolina Hurricanes outshooting them 36-31 overall. On the face-off, the Oilers were 50.9%, Carolina 49.1%. The Oilers going 1 for 2 on the power play, Carolina going 1 for 4. So the Oilers pretty solid on both the power play and the penalty kill. Carolina out hitting Edmonton 15-12. The Oilers with 15 block shots to Carolina's 14. The Oilers with 24 giveaways to Carolina's 20. You don't really like seeing that. And the Oilers with 4 takeaways to Carolina's 7. So overall, just a much, much better performance here from the Edmonton Oilers. The Carolina Hurricanes have been struggling as well. They did get a win the other night over the Buffalo Sabres, but the Oilers put them back in the loss column tonight. This was a win the Oilers, as I've mentioned a few times here over the last couple of videos, just simply had to have. Connor McDavid gets assist number 700 in his career in 699 games, so congratulations to Connor McDavid. We said in the pregame notes that Connor McDavid always at least gets a point against the Carolina Hurricanes, and he gets that point tonight, assisting on Evan Bouchard's empty net goal at 19:59. Leon Draisaitl a couple assists tonight, so Draisaitl just continues his dominance. He fed Corey Perry with an absolutely beautiful pass for Corey Perry's 13th goal of the season that gave the Oilers the 2-0 lead. Adam Henrique, a shorthanded goal to open up this one. If there's a guy that really needed a goal, it was Adam Henrique. Matthias Janmark picking up the assist on that one. So you're seeing some key guys score here for the Edmonton Oilers. The usual suspects come through as well. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Corey Perry with 13 goals on the year now. Who could have predicted Corey Perry to come through in such a huge way for the Edmonton Oilers this year? That signing is looking like dynamite. There's been some questions about the Oilers' July 1st signings, but Corey Perry, definitely a strong signing for the Edmonton Oilers, providing 13 goals this year for this team and gets them the winning goal here tonight over the Carolina Hurricanes. So I think that's all I have to say on this one, guys, but let me know your thoughts on the game. The Edmonton Oilers finally ending that 5-game losing streak. What do you think about Evander Kane? Would you prefer the Oilers hang on to him, or would you be in favor of the Oilers looking at the trade market to free up that cap space? Let me know your thoughts on Evander Kane and the game overall in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.